Right guys, so the Axial Ryft. If you remember in the last video when I took this up the quarry, I toasted the rear trailing arms as well as the servo, because I'd put a metal servo horn on the stock servo, so that was bound to happen. But yeah, it took a hell of a lot of rough and tumble. Now, I don't know how many times I've run this now, and I have lost track of how many lipos I've actually run through this, up until the point of it doing the trailing on. I had previously wanted to order the Vitalan ones, but I was put off by the L and the R to distinguish left and right, etched, laser printed into the trailing arm. So I haven't jumped on the bandwagon yet as the Vitalan route goes and stuff like that, because it appears that everyone's doing the same thing, and most people at the time, you know, going back 6 or 7 weeks now, everyone was virtually running the same truck and just different colours. But now the kit's been made available, there's a lot more options out there on the market. Now I opted for the Treal trailing arms, which you can see here. They're 70-75 aluminium, so I'm looking forward to installing these, and we will do like a weight comparison, because I don't want to add much more weight up the rear. So I am looking into getting the Axial sway bar kit for it, solely because it's plastic and not metal and weighs less. Because I found with this, I don't bash it, I don't want to like jump it and stuff, so it is a bit of a nosediver, but I need it a bit more weighted up front. When you're jumping the ridges and stuff, you want it to be planting on the front end all the time, but at the same time you do want it solid up on the rear, because that's what's doing a lot of the work when you're coming up these rough hills. So enough jibber jabber, and I'm going to get these trailing arms off, and we'll have a closer look at these trailing arms, and do some little comparisons, get them installed, and that should be ready to go out on another run sometime soon. Now, without taking all the caliper apart and removing the brake disc and everything else, I'm just going to rough it with a little Allen key for now, just to get that out and put it back in. Probably take about the same amount of time, but there you go. So that's one side and one trailing arm off. So I'm just going to flip this round now and do the same again for this side. So that's both trailing arms removed. You can see this one is like pretty much intact, and that one's just bernarded completely. Treal trailing arms. If any of you guys are wondering, by the way, the part number for this is X002 XACS BF. And come with a little decal sheet. Those are a nice trailing arm, like a nice cut finish where they haven't been anodised. And you've got plenty of other mounting points for dual shock options and stuff, and it's literally eye to eye, so they're not running on a ball joint on the end, so less to break technically, I suppose. But I just like the overall look of the Treal stuff over the Vitalan anyways. So let's see, look at them, they look amazing. So we'll have a closer look and a little comparison of the difference. So on the scales, the stock axial trailing arm weighs 17.2 grams and a Treal trailing arm weighs 32.33 grams. So it's just shy of double the weight, isn't it? So it's quite a significant difference really, but it's clearly where you need it. You need to brace up that rear end, because well, that happens, doesn't it? So at least we know now the back end's going to be much stiffer. And once the trailing arms are installed, then we'll start looking at something else to upgrade. I'm not one to just upgrade stuff for the sake of upgrading it, right? That was super necessary to upgrade that. I'm just trying to think of potential next weak points. I've heard loads of stories like with ball ends and stuff, but like I say, that's the only issue that I have had with my Ryft. So it's hard to tell what's going to give next. But I am looking into the Treal axle housings. I do like those. Those are very nice looking. Like I say, there's the sway bar kit. I am torn mainly for the Axial one, in all honesty, for that, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm just gonna fit these back up. They just bolt up exactly the same way they come off, and then you bolt them back into the trailing arm as such. So the same way they come off, the same way they're going on. Like I say, you got adjustable positions there if you know, or you want a dual shock. There's plenty of mounts for that as well. So I am going to put a bit more angle on it just to try and drop it a little bit, and because it's banking up, you know, you're going to want a bit more angle on it, in my personal opinion. So I'll go ahead now and get these installed, and then we can take a look at the Ryft with rolls on. Well, that's about that for that video, guys. That's the original Axial RBX10 Ryft trailing arms swapped out for the Treal rear trailing arms. Again, they're in a 70-75 aluminium, so very, very durable. They're a little bit more weight, but it's down low, so like I say, you get a little decal sheet in there, and the part number is within the video, but I'll also include that in the description for you also. But for now, yeah, that's all on this. I do have other little projects. There's some more little Treal stuff for the SCX24 and other bits and bats to do for that for my little girl. And there is also my 10.2, which I'm on my rebuilding there, which is being stripped down. A couple of rafts in there, and then I need to start making a start back with my Volvo and my ground hauler and stuff like that. I have a feeling like the meets are going to be opening for the trucks again soon, so that is my main passion in the hobby. I do love my crawling because it gets me out and about, but I need to get inspired for my trucks, and I think getting back to the meets, hopefully they'll be soon, and then we can start with some more like 14 scale Tamiya trucks and stuff like that, and the semi trucks as you call them in the States. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell while you're at it, and feel free to leave a comment. I try to get back to as many people as possible. So yeah, until next time guys, ciao for now, stay safe, have fun.